Hey guys, welcome to Selenium with Cucumber framework creation from scratch part 2. In previous session, you already know how to create a Maven project. After that, once the Maven project is created, how to add the different packages in the SRC test Java, right? And after that, how to add the relevant dependency in the pom.xml file, and then how to create the features file, how to add the steps in the step definition class. After that, how to add the different steps for Selenium, how to proceed to the or how to navigate from the one screen to another screen, and how to add the relevant details in the runner class. So in the first session, we have already created a project Cucumber Selenium framework. After the project is created, right, the Maven project is created, we added all the relevant dependency in the pom.xml file. Okay, so what are the dependency we have added here? So we have added the dependency for our Cucumber Java, then Cucumber Core, Selenium Java, Cucumber Jarkins, Cucumber JUnit, Cucumber Pico container, right? And also we have added two more dependency for the extend report, which is extend report Cucumber adapter and extend PDF report, right? So after everything is added, right, in the SRC test Java folder, we have created three packages. One is for the features, one is for the steps, one is for the runners. And after that, we have created the features. Suppose you can see here, whenever you are creating the features, we need to first give the features, that is the features, and then scenario. Under single feature, we can create multiple scenario. And after that, we need to add the step with the help of the given, when, and then. In case the multiple condition is there, we can add and operation, right? After that, if we run it, so everything, all the undefined step, we will be getting it, right? Once we get all the undefined step, we need to implement the undefined step into the class definition, So we have in the packages, steps packages, right? We have created the classes where we are adding the steps. Okay, here you can see we have added the step for each and every classes in the method whatever was there, right? And we have added two more hooks called before and after. In the before hooks, we have created a method called setup to set up the properties for the Chrome diver. In the after hooks, we have added to quit the browser. And in the step, right, for each and every step, right, we have added the step for Selenium, right, how to navigate to the Facebook page, how to enter the email, how to enter the password, right, how to click on the login button, and in case the login button is clicked, right, with the invalid credential, the error message will be there, and how to add the assertion, right, whatever actual and expected error message should be like that, right? And we have also created a runner class in the runner packages, where we have added that run with cucumber.class and the cucumber options. So features, we have added the features files path, and in the glue we have added the path for the step definition class, and we have added the plugin, and we have tried to generate the report, HTML report, right? So now if you run it, right, you could see here it will be running the features file, whatever was already created in the features packages. So it will try to run all the steps defined in the feature class, and based on the class definition we have declared, right, and we have defined. So based on the features file, it will try to open the browsers, and it will open the Facebook page. Once the Facebook page is loaded, it will enter the invalid email ID password button, and it will click on the login button. After the error message will throw, and it will verify whether the actual and expected error message is matching. In case it is matching, it will pass the test case, otherwise it will fail the test case. You could see here, right, all the step scenario. This is the scenario executed from the features file, and these are the different step executed from the features file, right? And if you expand it, right, you can see this is the part status, right? And now if you refresh the project, so you could see that HTML report will be created, right? And if you expand it, right, the report.html is created based on the runner class. So now if you just take the path, and if you open it any of the browser, you could able to see the report, right, HTML report whatever is generated after running our code, right? Let's go to the any browsers and open the here. We could see here, this is the execution summary from the HTML report, right? One scenario executed and past status. The implementation, you could see the Cucumber Java 7.2.3. This is the Windows, right? and if you expand it, you can able to see all the features, all the scenario, what are the given, when and then condition. So that's how you will able to run our test cases. Now in today's session, we will learn few more how to create the how to implement the framework in more realistic way and how to generate the other report. So we will create another features file in the project we have created, and once the features file is created, we have to run the features file, so that automatically some of the undefined step will be occur, when we need to add the we need to implement the undefined step in the step definition class. After that, we will add relevant Selenium code in the steps, and we will add more step for verification of the assertion. And then, in case our test case is getting failed, it's obvious to capture the screenshot. So we will today we will see how to capture screenshot during scenario failure. After that, we will try to implement more other report as well as the extend report, and as well as in the last, I will show you how to implement the cucumber tags. So that's will be covered in today's session. So in previous and today's session, you will be definitely able to learn how to create the framework from the scratch with the help of BDD, Cucumber, Selenium and Java. Okay, let's try to create one more features file here. Okay, go to your project and go to the features. So before the features, we will be seeing what are the features you want to implement it, right? So if you go to the Facebook page, so first features whatever we have implemented, opening to the Facebook page, enter the invalid email ID password, click on the login button, so the error message will be displayed, and we need to validate the error message, and to today's we will create another features file where we will first open the browser and we open the Facebook page, and after that we will click on the forgotten password link, and then we will enter some invalid password, any invalid email or the mobile address, and then we will click on the cancel button, and immediately cancel button is clicked, it will navigate to the Facebook home page where we can validate that the Facebook home page title is matching or not. So that is the another scenario we will be adding it, So let's go to the project and let's create another features file here. Okay, so right click and click on the new button and click on the other here, and click on select file and click on the next. So suppose say forgotten password, that is the feature file you want to create. Forgotten password page dot feature. So that is the features file I want to create. This is the second features file. So in the features package, I can create multiple features file. So you can see automatically the different keyword from the cucumber is coming, Scenario, definition of scenario, what is the importance of the given, when and then, what is the importance of and but. In case you want to create data driven testing, variation of the data, you can use scenario outline instead of scenario, and in case if you want to use them, you need to use the example, So we will be removing everything, and you can use the tag as well. I will show you in the last how you can need to implement the tag in the real-time framework as well. So suppose say I want to create one more scenario, so I can give the features, okay, FEATURE features. You need to give the colon, so automatically color will get changed because it is a keyword from the cucumber. So suppose say Facebook forgotten account page validation. That will be our feature. Then scenario I want to define, to check Facebook forgotten account page functionality. Okay, so that will be our scenario. Then what will be the condition or what will be the step? So first I need to use given, when and then, given, when and then. So in the given, what are the conditions I want to give, So given will be nothing but the precondition, So user log into the Facebook homepage already. login, user login to the, or maybe given part I can take copy it from here, right? That so that I will not any other steps also, so that step will be common, right? So that is the given step, I can copy it. In case you know that some of the step will be common, you no need to change it. Otherwise for this thing, right, you need to create more undefined steps. Okay, so that's why you can use the given condition in case the other from the other feature file it is common, right? Then I'll be using when. So when after that I need to also give one more condition. So given user log into the Facebook login page and user navigate to the forgotten account page, right? So you need to click on that. So this is the condition, user navigate to the Facebook forgotten account page. So that is another condition, given condition. So when this the prerequisite will match, so first it will be login to the home Facebook home page, then it is navigating to that forgotten account page. Then okay, then I will be giving the steps, means when, right? When user enters, okay, you can give any kind of username here or the email ID. Suppose say user name 123, right? User enters as email address or mobile number. So here you will be adding something, right? And you will be clicking on the cancel button, right? So here I will be giving one more and in the when, and user clicks on the cancel button. Then what will be a validation? So this is the prerequisite. Given user is already to the home page and user is already navigated to the Facebook create account, right, forgotten account page. Okay, then user enters some email ID and then user click on the cancel button, right? After entering some email ID or the mobile number, you can click on the cancel button. So this is your step. Then what happened, right? Then what happened if you click on the cancel button? Automatically it will come to the Facebook home page, right? So this is your validation. Then you need to validate that user should navigate to the Facebook home page again. So that's way you can create one more feature file. So what is your feature? Facebook forgotten account page validation scenario to check Facebook forgotten account page functionality, and in the given, in case some of the condition is common, right, you can copy paste it from the other feature file so that you no need to define any undefined step. No undefined step will be created. Automatically you can use the same step, right? So given user log into the Facebook login page, and after that already forgotten account page is open, where you are doing the actions, or you are you are running your scenario as user enters username 123 as the email address of the mobile number, and user click on the cancel button, right? Okay, user click on the cancel button. You can change it to B in case it is coming with the syntax, right? So then user should navigate to the Facebook home page again. So that is your validation. So this is your precondition, this is your step, you need to run it, and this is your post condition or the validation part. Now let's save the features file and let's try to run it with the help of run as and run configuration, right? So here you need to, whenever you are creating the with the help of you want to run with the Cucumber features, so you need to change your project and that features package, right? So this is your change your project. So Cucumber Selenium training, this is my project, Cucumber Selenium framework, right? So this is my project, and also I need to change the project, features file path here. So what is the project? Project is Cucumber Selenium framework. Cucumber Selenium framework, right? And this is the src file, this is the test, this is the Java, this is the features, and then what is my new features file I have created. So you should mention, see that it is a extension will end with feature FEATURE, forgotten password page, and I am opening it. I am clicking on the apply and I am clicking on the run. So automatically it will give me all the undefined step, right? So after running it, I can see all the undefined steps, so I need to define them. So you could see, so your it will try to execute something, because the before and after, right, already my Selenium code is there, right? So that it will try to execute the before and after. So it will, with the help of before, it will try to launch the Facebook page and it will quit it. Okay, so you could see your step is got executed here. Okay, so your scenario got executed here to check Facebook account forgotten account page functionality, and it is coming from that forgotten password page.features file. Right after that, your step number is 3, right? And you can see this is your features got executed, this is scenario, right? This is your given when and then step, and you could see there are couple of unimplemented step is there, right? So you can copy the unimplemented step and you can either create a new class in the steps packages, or you can use the same thing in the copy in the same, all the same undefined step in the same class. So I will be using the same class here, right? So here I can comment something called features file name, I can give it, right? So that it will be easy to identify all the step which is specific to the other features file. For forgotten password page dot feature, and this is the step I want to define, right? This is the undefined step, so I'll be remove that one, and I can also remove here, right? And I can also remove that part. So this is the part where I want to define the step from the Selenium. So this is the 4th step I need to define, right? So you can see this is what is the step. User navigate to the forgotten account page, right? So what a step I need to define, I need to click on that forgotten account so that it will be navigate to the page automatically, right? So that is the thing I need to do in the steps. Okay, so that automatically user should navigate to the forgotten account page. So let's identify that element first. Let's press F12 button from your keyboard and let's inspect the element. So it is a link, so with the help of the text I can identify it, right? So let's copy paste in case it is a link, right? So that's way I can copy it. Driver.find element, here I can use the link text, right? Driver.find element by dot link text, right? Here what is the link text? So this is the text of the link I can give it, right? So it is a link, right? So I need to use the click operation, dot click. So that step will be defined and that will be executed accordingly. Next step, we need to enter some email address or the mobile number, right? So I need to go to that page, so forgotten account page, then I need to inspect that element, right? And I need to add, right, some more steps with the help of Selenium so that I can enter some value in that search box, email address or mobile number. So you can see this is the ID is coming as identify email. So with the help of ID I can add some step here. So let's create the copy the steps where I can enter some value in the text box. So driver.find element by dot ID, right? So what is the ID? Identify email, right? So this is the ID, and here I can change it to email, the variable, and I can also change it to email, right? So new email or the mobile number I want to enter, right? So that I will identify the element first with the help of ID. So ID is identify email, and I will enter the text based on the my features file. So I am passing it as argument, and I am also passing it here, right? So here with the first I will identify the that particular field, where I can enter the email address of the mobile number, and then I will enter it, right? Then I need to implement the step for the user click on the cancel button. So for that I need to identify the cancel button first, right? So let's try to inspect the cancel button here. Okay, so you can see that for the cancel button there is no ID or name is available, so I can create an XPath for the cancel button. So let's create XPath with the help of div class from the parent, right? This is the part. So let's press Ctrl F and let's give / div, then you can use @class equal to the class of the parent class, right? You can see that particular section is being displayed. Then I can go to another div / div. You can see only 2 button is being displayed. Then I can, what is the another button tag? It is a anchor tag, right? So let's give another anchor tag. You can see now one element is being displayed, which is uniquely, and cancel button is getting highlighted, right? So with the help of XPath I can identify the cancel button and I can click on that. So here driver dot find element, right? So by dot XPath, and I can give the XPath whatever I've created, and it's a link, right? So I need to click on that link. Okay. Now here, so user navigate to the Facebook homepage again. So as and when you are clicking on the cancel button, right, you can navigate to the Facebook homepage. So that is the validation you need to add, right, whether it's navigating to the Facebook homepage or not. So what is the title of the homepage? So title of the homepage will be log into Facebook, right? You can see this is the title, log into Facebook. So I can first I can take this as a string. So string expected title. What is the title here? So I can store it into here, like log into Facebook. Let's give everything as equal log in to Facebook. Okay, so this is my expected title, right? Okay, you can see here log L caps, F caps, otherwise all are mouse. Log, then space in, then space to, then space Facebook, right? So this is my expected title, right? Then how can I get the actual title? So with the help of driver dot get title, right? So what is the return type? Get title. Get title, so return type is string, so I need to store some string. Okay, so string actual title equal to driver dot get title, right? So I already got it, and if you want to print it in the console, right, you can print it, and apart from that you are validating it, so you can print it in your console so that you can get to know that what actual title is coming, and you can do some assertion, right? You can assert equal, so here you can use either Selenium assertion or the TestNG assertion. So assert equal, so it will be string, right? So I can give the expected one, expected title, and the actual title, right? So that's so you can add some assertion, right? So we are not only adding the steps, but we are also adding the steps to verify the actual and the expected result, because that is really required for the testing, right? It does not matter whether you are doing the manual testing or automation testing. So every time, right, for each and every step wherever is required, right, you definitely need to navigate from the one step to another step. Apart from that, whenever there is any attribute is coming, any kind of validation is there, you need to add the validation point so that your your objective will be successful, right? Automatically your test case will be pass or fail based on the actual thing is expected and the actual is matching or not. Okay, so that is the different step I have added, right? So in the forgotten account file, right, so these are the 4 undefined steps came, and I have added the steps for these 2 undefined steps, right? So for first one, right, so for the first steps, for the first method, right, we need to user navigate to the Facebook forgotten password account link, right? How can we do it? So we need to identify the forgotten account link link, and then need to click it, so automatically we will go to the account creation page, right, forgotten account page. So after that you need to enter the email address of the mobile number. So I need to identify that text box and will be entering the email address of the mobile number. So that is the step I also defined. Then user clicks on the cancel buttons, right? So as and when you're clicking on the cancel button after identifying it, so you need to define the steps, right? So for the identifying the cancel button with the help of XPath, and I'm clicking it. Then the last step will be, my result will be that user should navigate to the Facebook page again. So that is the expectation, right? So I should match with the title here, right? So what is the title? Log into Facebook. I can store in some of the expected title as string, and then I can get the actual title with the help of divert.getTitle, and I can print it in the console, and I can, with the help of assertion, right, I can match the expected and actual title. So in case it is getting passed, it will be giving me the positive result, or test case will be passed, otherwise test case will be fail. Now let's try to run the runner class. So here the features path already given, the src.test/java/features. This is the packages. So whatever feature file is there, two features file. So both the feature file will be executed now based on the step defined in the Facebook page step class, right? Now let's try to run your test cases and let's see how it is behaving. Whether your both the features file is gets executed and all the navigation is also successful and it is generating the genuine result or not. So it will try to execute the first features file, right? Facebook login validation, where it will try to open the browser. It will try to pass the URL for the Facebook page. Once the page is fully loaded, it will identify the email and password field. It will enter the invalid credential. It will click on the login button. After that, right, error message will come. It will validate the error message with the expected one, and it is verified. It will pass the test cases. Okay, so both my test cases is getting failed here. I need to inspect it. What is the getting? What is the failure reason? So actually I have corrected the steps, so that was the reason it was failing. So I have used that link text where I did not given the proper link name. So right now I have used the partial link text and I have changed it to forgotten instead of the full link. But now you can see the test case got run, right? Both the test case got run. Let's try to run once more time and let's see whether the test case is getting successful or not, and whether it is working based on the step defined and based on the right step we have implemented as part of our step definition class. So it will try to execute both the test case one by one, right? It will first try to execute the Facebook login page features based on the features file. After that, you will try to execute the test case based on the forgotten account page features file, right? So first it will try to open the browsers. It will load the Facebook page. It will enter the invalid ID, email ID and password. It will click on the login button. After that, it will get the error message, right? It will validate it and it will close the browser. So one test case got passed successfully. It will go for the other test cases, other features file. It will open the Facebook page, right? It will click on the forgotten password link, right? And it will enter the email and click on the cancel button. It will validate the expected email. The title is matching with the actual one, and it will display the result, right? You can see if you go to the second, you can see both the scenario got executed, right? All the step defined, and you can see for the second scenario all the step executed. Apart from that, the title is also getting printed here. So this is the title, right? We have defined some steps for printing the title with the help of ISO method, right? So that is the reason that title is also getting printed here. Okay, and if you expand it, right, you could see both the test cases, both the test cases of both the scenario, right? Both the features got executed, and this is the test scenario, this is the features. Okay, and if you close it and if you refresh the project, right, and now if you go to that HTML report, right, so already its report was open. So this is the report. If you refresh it again, because report is getting generated in the same path, so if you refresh it, now you could see, right, total 2 scenario got executed, right? And you can see if you expand it, so this is the details of your first scenario, Facebook login validation to check the functionality for the Facebook login page, and this is the steps, and this is the second features. right? Facebook forgotten account page validation, and this is scenario. Okay, and this is the step. So your both the test cases are working fine, right? Now next thing is that, so this is the part I already done. We have created a second features file. We have defined all the undefined step in the step definition class. We have added more Selenium steps. We have added the verification also for verifying for the assertion of the expected and the actual title, right? Now the next question is that in case any test case is getting fail, right, then obviously you need to attach the screenshot, right, why it is getting fail, right? So then how you can capture the screenshot that during the actual failure, actual scenario failure. So suppose in case you are having 10 scenario can get fail, right? Then how will add it, right? Let's try to fail one steps here now, one test case here. So suppose say for that Facebook login page, right? We want to get that is my expected result. But if I want to change it, we can add one, right? So that automatically my test case will be failed. Now let's try to go to the runner class and let's execute both the features file, right, based on the runner class, and let's see how is the test case getting failed. But definitely no screenshot will be captured, right, because we did not define any step for capturing the screenshot. So we'll implement in case of failure how we can capture the screenshot, right, and how in generic way how we can add the steps so that as and when our scenario will be failing automatically, right, automatically screenshot will be captured. So here first test case will be fail because the actual and expected result will not match. You can see automatically first test case fail, but second test case will be passed here. So it's entering the email ID, clicking on the cancel button, it will match with the expected and the actual part, right? Okay, you can see second test case got passed. So first test case got failed, right? So what is the failure result? You could see that you can get the failure result here as well. So failure result is that a expected one is getting added. That is my expectation, but actual that one is not coming. So that is the reason it is got failed, right? Now if you refresh your project, you could see one of your features will test scenario will got failed. You could see one scenario passed, one scenario failed. If you expand it, right, you could see the why it is got failed, right? The login should be unsuccessful, error message should be displayed, error actually not matching. Expected one with a one should there, but actually it is not coming. But now I want to capture the screenshot, then how will be doing it, right? So that is my next question. That's the implementation. Capture screenshot during scenario failure. It does not matter which scenario is failed, right? Other scenario can get failed, so that it will capture the screenshot in case any scenario is getting failed, right? So let's try to implement it. Then how can you implement it? So in the step definition class, right, you are using that after, right, that is the hook we are using, right? So here we can add some steps so that automatically in case of failure it will be added. So we'll be taking the step only during the normal capture screenshot steps, right? So we'll be using if condition here. If scenario, here we can give that one, right? So that you can define some variable, right? Scenario. So that is the scenario we'll want to define is the variable, right? Okay. So we need to import the scenario from the cucumber.java. So here I'll be giving the condition if the parameter scenario dot is failed. You can see this is the boolean part, right? Is failed, then what will happen? One second. If the scenario is failed, then I want to capture the screenshot, right? So I'll be using that. Let's use that one text screenshot method, right? Text screenshot, screenshot interface. This is the interface. I need to typecast driver here. So that's why I can capture the screenshot, right? dot get screenshot as method. Okay, text screenshot, and I can typecast driver. So here I can use create a file equal to file equal to text screenshot driver. So yeah, we need to import it first, text screenshot from the org.selenium.qa, then we can get the method, right? Got get screenshot as. Okay, you can see. So here we need to use get screenshot as output.file. Target will be output type dot file. So this is the steps I am taking only from the Selenium for capturing screenshot. I am not defining anything. Output I can go dot file, and that will be ending it. Okay, so here also we need to import the file class from the Java. So that is the file we are capturing the screenshot, right? Then now I will be using the file handler class, file handler dot copy, right? So this is the from file. Here I can give it source file also, src file, right? File handler dot copy source file, the whatever file it is creating, source file, and to destination file, and can give the path. Suppose say I want to store it in my D drive, right? So this is the path I can give. So destination path will be D drive, and whatever the thing I can give screenshot dot png. So that is my path. Okay, so I need to import the file handler class, file handler. Okay, here it will be within the new file only, new file, because that is the thing I need to define it here. Okay, now I can import to the file handler. I need to either add with throw declaration or surround with try catch block. So I'll be implementing the throw declaration. So that is the step you need to define it here, right? If you can pass some scenario variable, right? Okay, on scenario thing whatever I already defined in the cucumber. So in case if scenario is fail, then automatically it will create the source file with the help of text screenshot interface available in Selenium WebDriver. At this interface we cannot directly create object file, so you need to typecast it, and you need to call the get screenshot as method, which type will be output.file, right? And after that, with the help of file handler class, we can use the copy method, and source file will be stored in the destination file. So that is the path file will be created, right? Whenever test case will be failed, right? Now let's try to execute it with the help of runner class, and let's see whether the screenshot is getting captured in the D drive with the help of with the name as screenshot.png, only for the failure test case. So it will try to execute it, and it will try to fail the first test cases because the assertion will not checked here. So here the test case will fail because assertion will not be checked here, will not validated, right? Because we are expecting one as a error message, but it is not matching with that one. It will try to execute the other scenario. So it will click on the cancel button, it will verify the title, and in case it is matching, it will pass the test cases. So two scenario will be executed, one will be passed and one will be failed. You can see. So one test case failed, one test case passed. Now if you go to the D drive, right? So we want to capture the screenshot during failure, right? So we are defining in the hooks after hook, right? So this is the general. In case any scenario is got failed, we are not specifying the scenario name. As and when scenario is getting failed, it will capture the screenshot in the D drive called screenshot.png. Right, now if you refresh it, you can see that screenshot.png is created, right? You can see the timing is 9/4 and the timing is 10:26, right? Now if you open it, you can see during the failure, right, only that page it will take the screenshot. So what is the failure step, right? Whenever we click on the sign in button and with the help of invalid email ID credential, that step will be coming, right? So that is the capturing screenshot, right? This is your expected email address of the mobile number you entered is not connected to your account. Find your account and log in, but actual whatever you have, sorry, this is actual coming, but whatever expected you have given, right, you have added 1, right? So that is the reason it is not matching, and that is the reason it is failing it, right? So now we are storing in the D drive. Okay, let's fail other test case. So let's pass this test case, it should match, and let's fail the second test case, right, where maybe we can give 1, right? And now we want to capture the screenshot in the project level, right, instead of your test case, I mean in the D drive. Okay, in the project I want to capture the screenshot in the target folder, right? Then how I can define the steps? Okay, so let's go to the runner class and let's the steps, so that automatically let's comment it out. Okay, and let's create so that automatically capture screenshot will be captured in your project level. So you know, if you want to give the project path, so whatever you need to do, so here you need to change it, right? So it will be system dot get property right? Here you need to give user dot directory, so that automatically project path you can get it, right? Here q you can give user dot directory, right? So automatically you can get it. Now this is the path of the project. Then I can concatenate with the help of that target folder, right? So slash slash target slash slash screenshot dot png. So that's way you can capture the screenshot in your project. Okay, so okay, I need to give within the double quote. So that is the path you need to do, you need to add it. So this path is defining your project. User system dot get property user dot directory, automatically it will navigate to your project location. After that you are concatenating, so you are going to the target folder and you are capturing the screenshot with the help of screenshot.png. So that will be your folder name, right? And in the here now, right, so first test case will not be failed because we have changed it, and whereas second test case will be failed because the expected, we are expecting that the title one should come, but it is not coming. So in that here, right, in the target folder, that particular screenshot will be getting added, right, and it will be saved with the help of screenshot.png. Let's try to run the runner class again, and let's see other test case is getting failed or not. So it does not matter which test case is getting failed. So as and when test case will getting failed, in that particular step screenshot will be captured, and now instead of the D drive it will be saved in your project. So here first test case will be passed and second test case will be failed, and screenshot will be getting added the steps whatever second test case is getting failed. So you can see first test case got failed here, right? So it is trying to run the second test case, but second test case will be failed because the expected title and the actual title will not get matched, right? So it will perform the operations. It will click on the forgotten account, it will enter the email ID password, it will click on the cancel button. In the last step it will fail it, so it will capture the steps, right? So you can see one test case got failed, one test case got passed. What is the failure? The expected one for the failure, expected one, that one log into Facebook, where actually is coming log into Facebook. That is the reason test case is getting failed. If you want to get more details, right, you can copy the trace, you can share it, save it, you can paste it in the notepad, you can get the details also here, right? So this is your expected one should come, but actually it is not coming, right? So this is not coming. From which line number it is getting failed, you can also get it. Now close it. So you can see out of two features, two serially executed, one got passed, one failed. Now if you refresh your project, right, here you can see the second test case will be got failed, right? First test case got passed here, okay, and second test case got failed. What is the reason behind that? You can see this is the reason behind that. Now if you refresh your project, you should able to see the screenshot as well, right? Now let's refresh your project and let's see in the target folder, right, that screenshot.png is getting added or not. Now let's uh, copy the properties file and let's copy it and let's open it in some browser so that you can see the screenshot is getting added or not. You can see because this is the title is not matching, right, the Facebook homepage, the title. So that is the reason it is capturing the screenshot for this step. So that's way you can validate the screenshot. You can capture the screenshot at your project level instead of your other drive location. Okay. So the next thing is that we will try to see how we can implement, right, the other report and the extend report. So let's go for the other report first and then we will implement the extend report. So already all the associated dependency already added to our project, right? So we'll first try to implement the other report. So already HTML report is already available. So we'll try to implement the XML report and the JSON report, right? So how can we do that? So we need to go to that runner class, and here we are plugin, we are giving it pretty, and then this is the HTML report we are generating. Now we can report validate generate the other report as well, right? So let's copy the HTML report and let's give it here. So instead of HTML report, if you want to generate the other report, right, so that I can generate other report, say JUnit report, right? So JUnit, here I can give it to JUnit. Okay, so it will be generating in the target folder only. So target folder, and instead of HTML report I can give the report name called XML report. So another folder will be created called XML report, and here instead of report.html it will be report.xml. So that's why I can generate the XML report. So type will be JUnit in the target folder. So this is the another folder will be created, and report.xml file will be created. Now let's try to create the JSON report also. So here it will be instead of HTML it will be JSON only, and the target folder I will be creating a JSON report folder, and here it will be report.json. So that are the additional report you can generate apart from the extend report, right? JSON extension. So now this is the three report will be generating the pretty format. So HTML report, XML report, as well as the JSON report. So definitely one test case will be passed, one test case will fail. Now we can pass the both the test case, right? So let's change it to whatever expected result was not matching. I will be changing it so that it will match. So both the test case will be passed here. Now let's try to run the runner class here. JUnit test. And so both the test cases will be executed one by one, and all your test cases will be passed. And apart from that HTML report, you will be able to generate the XML and the JSON report, and you can get the details of the test cases scenario executed here, right? So we will try to execute both the test case one by one based on the features file and the type definitions class file. So both the test cases will be passed here. So one test case already passed, it will go for the second test case, it will be also passed. So you can see both the test case got passed, right? Yeah. So 2 out of 2 passed, there is no failure. This is your feature, this is your scenario, this is your feature, this is your scenario. Now I can close the JUnit, I can refresh the project. So now I could see, right, in the target folder, right, HTML report, JSON report, and XML report created. So HTML report I can definitely validate same path. So you can see both the test case got passed here, both the scenario got passed. There is no failure. Now if you want to validate the JSON report, right, you need to copy the path here, and you can just paste it in the browser so that you can validate the JSON report as well. So this is the JSON report, right, in the JSON format. Then you can get the XML report. So you need to expand it, XML report folder, and you can copy that path for the XML report, report.xml, and you can copy the path in any browser, and you can validate the XML report as well. So this is the different kind of report you can generate with the help of Cucumber. So this is your XML report. You can see this is a scenario, right? It's run all the steps, right? This is your scenario and the features, and this is the step defined, right? There is no error, all the test is passed. Okay, now this is the different report, but this is not giving more holistic picture. That is the reason we need to implement the extend report, right? So how we'll implement the extend report? So this is the step I already defined here. So first we need to add the two dependency in the pom.xml file, which is nothing. So this is already added, right? So if you open it, right, you could see this is the two dependencies already added in the pom.xml. So I am not adding anything. One is the extend report hyphen cucumber 7 adapter. One is the extend pdf report, right, from the grasshopper. So this is the two thing we need to add it first. After that, in the src test java folder, we need to create a file name extend.property. So in the same path, I'll be creating a file called extend.property. So this is the extend report file, extend.properties file I'll be creating. Please make sure the extension is correct, properties, right? And you need to add the following lines of code: extend reporter.spark.art equal to true, extend reporter spark.out equal to target folder I want to generate, the automation hyphen report.html. This is the folder I need to generate. So I can copy this thing and I can paste it in the properties file. Okay. Then you need to add in the runner class some steps, right? So pretty is already there, and you can add one more plugin for the extend report. So this is the plugin, we can add it, right? It does not matter before or after you are adding it. So that automatically 4 report will be generated, right? XML report, HTML report, JSON report, as well as extend report will be generated. Okay. So now whatever you allocated in the extend properties file, that is fine, right? But in case you want to generate multiple extend report, then what will happen? The same report folder will be updated always. It will not generate all the report. So that is the reason, right? So that is the reason. So in case you want to capture all the reports, suppose you have already run for 10 times. So 10 times if you want to run it, right, so that it will not be overridden, you need to add these 2 more lines of code in your extend.properties file, so that it will generate every time unique one, and previous one will not be replaced by the newest one, right? So base folder dot name target slash extend report, and then base folder dot date time pattern, you can see it, that is that way it will generate, right, date format, time format, minute and second, so that automatically every time it will be generate unique report. So this is the 2 lines of code I will be also adding to my code in the extend.properties file, so that automatically it will generate a unique report instead of overriding the others. So that's the simple lines of code you need to run in the extend properties file, and you need to add it, right, that one, com.events.extend report cucumber.adapter .extend cucumber adapter, right, and definitely it will generate the XML, HTML and JSON report all around. Now let's try to run with the help of runner class, and let's see whether along with HTML, XML and JUnit report, right, the extend report also getting added or not into your project, and you are able to validate the details more holistic of your execution perspective. So it will try to execute both your test cases. So both the test cases will be run one by one. And here there is no validation error, so both the test cases will be passed as only. Okay. So you can see run to up run and there is no failure. Yeah. So both the test cases run and both the scenario, both the features got run and both. Now if you refresh your project, you could able to see there's an extend report generated, right? And you can see the timestamp, right? 9th April 22, and this is your right timestamp 10:42 minutes, 10 hours and 23 seconds. So definitely it will be unique, right? In case every time you're running, your second will change, so every time it will generate new thing, right? So this is the target folder, this is the main folder, and the target folder automation report hyphen HTML is getting generated based on the thing we have given it in the properties file, right? The target folder automation report.html folder is getting generated, and this is the folder name will be extend report, and it will be added with read, month name, and YY, hour, minute, second. You can also add to millisecond part if you want to require. Then millisecond part you can change the pattern, right, based on your convenient requirement. Now let's copy it. And let's see how the extend report is getting generated in any browser. Other 3 report will be still same. You can refresh it and you can see whether 3 report is still there or not. You can see that's why extend report is getting generated, right? You could see the Facebook login validation. This is your first feature, this is second feature, and this is the different test cases, and these are the different steps, right? So if you open it, you can see here, right? Total time, test case ID, this is the test case ID, and if you go here, right, and this is the time. If you go here, right, you could see total number of how many features scenario executed, how many steps executed. So that's why you can get the better result here, right? And okay, so that is the beauty of the extend report. Okay, you can generate more accurate report, and it will be very easier, right, to share with the respective stakeholder. Okay, now you can fail one test cases here. Okay, and you can see how the extend report is also getting changed here. Okay, so now I will be failing the first test case, and I will try to validate all the report, right? So I am trying to fail one test case here instead of the first one, so I am changing it to 2. So automatically test case will be failed. Now you just try to run with the help of runner class. And let's see whether how the other report is all the reporting is behaving. So one test case is getting failed. So it will try to execute both the test case one by one, but one test case will fail here. So after clicking on the login button, your error message will not match, so automatically one test case will fail because expecting is 2 before the error message, but actually it is not coming. Other test case will try to execute, it will open the Facebook page. It will click on the forgotten password link. It will enter the email ID or the mobile number. It will click on the cancel button. It will try to validate the title. It should match here. That is the reason it is not failed here. So the second test case will be passed and first test case will fail because of the assertion failure. Now if you just try to validate all the report, right, because the report will be maybe that report will be generated in the different path, extend report. Otherwise all the other report will be generated in the same path, because again timestamp got changed, right? So you can see original extend report will be not be replaced and new extend report will be generated. Okay, so you can refresh your project. You can see refresh it. You can see another extend report got generated, right? 10:46. It was 10:42, and this is the latest path. So that is the reason, right? We don't want to replace the previous extend report, so all the report will be there. So that is the reason we have added 2 more lines in the extend.properties file. So this is the additional 2 lines we have generated, right? So every time it will generate the base folder, and this will be the extension. So now if you refresh, if you open the extended report, you could see one test case got failed. What is the failure? This is the result is coming. This is the positive one, right? You click here, you can see this is the failure reason, right? This is the failure reason. This is the test case fail. This is the test name. This is the test timestamp status, and this is the overall diagram, right? One scenario feature passed, one features failed, nothing is skipped, one scenario passed, failed, and out of 10 step, 9 step pass, 1 step fail. So that is giving more result. And if you go to the XML report, you could see, right, failure features 1 out of 2 tests executed, and this is the reason of the failure, right? And if you go to the JSON report, also you able to see it here, right? Status is fast and fail, all the details. If you go to the HTML report, also you can able to see it here. Out of 2 scenario, 1 scenario passed, 1 scenario failed, and this is the failure reason. So that's why you can generate multi-different report. Okay, the last part I will in the frameworks topics we'll see how we can implement cucumber tag. So what is tag? So in case suppose say you want to execute multiple test case, right? So definitely you give some tag so that you can identify which test case is for which test type or which application type, or is for positive validation or negative validation, like that, right? So you can add the tag. So how can you add the tag? So for that you need to go to the features file first, and you need to add the tag. So suppose this is the Facebook homepage validation, right? Before scenario or the before feature you can give the tag. So in case you are giving it before feature, so all the scenario under the features will be considered for that tag. So here I can give it, called it is negative scenario, right? Negative scenario, and it is also getting failed. This is the tag I can add it with the help of @ and the negative, so the tag name, because the whenever you are giving the invalid credential, so in error message will be the negative scenario. And suppose say this is the tag I am giving Facebook homepage, because this is the tag specific to Facebook homepage, right? So this is the tag I am added for the first features file. Similar way for the second features file, forgotten account right page. So this is the tag I can add it. One is called, it is a positive scenario, because whenever we are clicking on the cancel button, it is navigating to the Facebook homepage, we are able to validate it, right? So I can add positive tag, and I can add one more tag for forgotten account page account. Instead of the home page, this is the syntax. So this is the another page, right? You can see there should be no space even after @ and within the multiples multiples word, right? So that's why I can add the 2 tags, right? So now if you want to run based on the tags, so how can you run it? So you need to add some more step in your runner class. So I will be using something called tags. Here I can use something called tags, okay, and here I can give tags name. So suppose say I want to run with the help of positive tag, okay, and let's give it 1 comma here. So that's the simple thing, you need to add it. So you can give multiple tag here, positive tag, negative tag, right? So suppose say I want to run with the help of positive tag, so that that file will be getting executed where the positive tag is present. For the other file there is no tag called positive, right? This is Facebook home page, other tag is there. So let's give the tag as positive tag in the runner class. And let's see, out of 2 test cases, 1 test case will be executed, and that test case will be definitely passed. Okay. So now it will try to execute based on the positive tag, and it will generate different report, HTML, XML, JSON report, and the extended report as well. So all the features file, all the scenario, all the features will not be executed. Now the features of the scenario based on the tags match, right? It will try to execute it. Now I have given the tag called positive, so it will try to execute the test cases. Okay, I need to give @ sign also, so it is not matching. So that's why you can see, because we have given positive here but not @ positive, so that is the reason nothing is got executed. Now try to execute it, and let's see whether it's executed or not. So you need to give @ annotation as well, whatever you have given completely for the tag at the scenario level or at the features level. So now you could see based on the tags, right, the scenario will be executed. So only one scenario and one feature will be executed, which is the Facebook forgotten account page scenario or the positive tag scenario. It will enter, you click on the forgotten password link, it will enter the email or the mobile number, it will click on the cancel button, it will validate the expected title is actually and test case will be passed. You can see only one scenario got executed, not all the other scenario got executed, right? All the other feature file got executed. You could see that 1 out of 1. Now if you refresh your project, right, HTML report, so you could able to see only one scenario got executed, right? Now the tag is also getting added here in the feature before the scenario. So that is the beauty. Suppose say now in case we want to validate the thing where about some based on the tag, right, multiple tag is executed and here 20 test cases there, but you want to validate only based on the tag. Suppose say I want to give test, right, nothing will be displayed, but if I want to give here positive, so definitely based on the available tag the report will be displayed. I can validate the report, right? So that now I want to execute the second test case which will be failed, the tag is negative, so I can replace it, right, with the negative. So that's why what based on the tag, in case if you want to add multiple, so you can give the and you can add, you can run based on the multiple tags as well, right? Now if you want to run it with the help of negative tag, so whatever scenario, whatever features is matching with the negative tag, it will be executed. So now it will be executing the first features file which is Facebook login page, and that test case will be failed here because the assertion will not match. So forgotten password account page test case will not be executed because we are trying to run the negative scenario only. It will open the Facebook page, it will enter the email ID password invalid, click on the login button, it will try to validate the error message whatever is coming, it will not match, so it will fail it because we have added, right, 2 here, so it is not matching. That is the reason test case is getting failed. Now if you refresh your project, right, if you refresh all the things, so you could able to see one okay, no matching for the positive, right? So you can refresh that, you can see one test case got failed, right? What is the failure reason, you can get it. Similarly for the JSON report, you can see that one test case got executed and one test case got failed, right? Similarly with the help of report, XML report, you could able to see one failure out of one test, no skipped, what is the error, you can able to get it. And now if you want to get the report for the HTML, for the extend report, you need to refresh your project and definitely new extend report file will be generated. You can see 1054, you can open it, right, and you can get the path of the new latest file. You can tick the properties and you can copy the path and you can paste it here, and you can able to see the details extend report based on the tags it got executed, right? So you could see the test case got failed because of this error, right? This is the details exceptions, this is the details tag level. So in case you are only adding the tag, automatically there's another thing will be generated based on the whatever tag is executed, and it will give you the details report. So one scenario executed, one scenario got failed, right, and the details report based on the tag level. So that's why you can generate more accurate extend report as well. Okay, so whatever we have learned in today's session, so in the first session from the scenario from the framework creation with the help of BDD, Cucumber, Selenium, Java, from the scratch you already know what is the framework structure, how to create your features file, right, how to define the undefined step in the step definition class, right, and with the help of the runner class how you can execute it. And today's session you can see how to add second features file, right, how to add the undefined step in the step definition class, how to add more Selenium code in the steps, how to add more assertion, how to capture the screenshot during failure in the hooks, right, after hooks, and how to generate different report along with the extend report, and how to implement the Cucumber tags. So in case you follow the 2 videos for the framework creation from the scratch, I think you will be capable enough to generate or create your Cucumber framework by yourself from the scratch. So that's all from today's session. Thank you.